Deep Thoughts Thursday. If you believe in nothing, you'll fall for anything. Alexander Hamilton. I'm sharing a deep thought that kind of goes through my mind over and over and over again, and I just feel I want to speak to this with you. So, one of the things I found to be transformational in my weight loss journey was creating personal boundaries and codes for myself. For a long time in my life, I did not have those. I generally got what was right and wrong, but because I didn't establish what I would and would not allow into my life, I found that I would compromise what was important to me sometimes because I didn't have that structure. And one of the things that I feel very passionately about is diet bets. And I want to just talk to you where that comes from and just a different way to perceive this. So I often see on Instagram and Facebook people spearheading diet bets, and I've been contacted by these companies myself, and I just delete and decline. But the reason I feel so passionately about not putting that out there and why you don't see me doing that is because I personally, as a child growing up, watched somebody that was very close to me who struggled with their weight over and over and over again do diet bets. And this is before the internet. We're talking the 80s here. We're talking a bunch of guys at work betting money who could lose the most weight. And guess what? He could lose the most weight. And guess what? He could also binge and put all that weight back on when that diet bet was over. And I watched this over and over again, and it really affected me and my thoughts around weight loss. And this is why I don't put that out there, because I don't see this whole getting healthy weight loss thing as being something with an end point. And because I know my boundaries and parameters, because I know my real views on these things, it makes it easy for me to hit delete. It makes it easy for me not to put things out. And I want to encourage you, really look at your life, look at your feelings around weight loss, look at what's worked for you and what hasn't worked for you, and start to really think about what healthy boundaries you want to put. So I had decided early in my journey I would not lose weight for money. I would not bet for my health because I had seen it crash and burn so many times, and it just wasn't a healthy situation. So I created that for myself, and it's been something I've really stuck with. And I share this with you because as somebody who puts out a podcast, as somebody who does a blog, I feel a responsibility to you not to condone things I know don't work. And I've maybe seen one case where somebody got started on a diet bet and actually got somewhere, and that was Tracy Rifkin. Like, I think that's the only person I've ever met that started from that place and actually progressed. The majority of people do not. And I also want to just mention, if you're seeing the same people doing the diet bets over and over and over again, I think that should be cautionary as to the fact that maybe the emphasis isn't on maintenance. If the emphasis is on maintenance, then we wouldn't need to do the diet bets over and over again, right? So I'm not coming from a judgmental place. I'm really coming from a place of wanting to protect you here and encourage you to just observe and say, what's good for me? And what are the parameters that I want in my life, and what am I willing to do and what am I not willing to do? And I think creating those boundaries is an essential healthy part of getting to a healthy body and maintaining it. So anyway, this is just something that's been weighing on my mind. I know we will be coming up on diet bet season, I'm sure, towards the end of the year, beginning of January. So I just wanted to give you some time to think about that and maybe start thinking about how you want to create your own boundaries going into that season. You have a wonderful day. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.